What is up, guys? Zan from Playbook.gg, and in today's video we're going to go over one of the best and most slept on flooding plays in all of Madden 19. This one out of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and many other playbooks in Madden 19. Before we dive into this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of the great tutorials that we've got headed your way here on the Playbook.gg YouTube channel. Okay guys, so welcome back. Now the play that we're going to go over here in this video is the gun doubles Y off formation. This is in the Tampa Bay Bucs playbook, and the play that we're going to run is Y sail. Now the play Y sail can be found in a number of playbooks such as the Bears, Bills, Chiefs, Lions, Rams, and Seahawks. Now we're going to go ahead and start off with why this play is so good from a stock standpoint. And the reason for that is the deep corner route. This is the same corner route that you find in formations like trips tight end and gun bunch. And this corner route to the tight end will clear cloud flat coverage. So if you face that vaunted cover 2 cloud flat coverage, you'll notice that your tight end is going to constantly work himself open. We'll go ahead and show this to you here. The key to this play is that you want to, one, have time in the pocket, because this does take a little bit to develop. And two, you want some good speed to the outside at the receiver position. The reason for that is that the outside receiver, in this case Patterson, is going to be required to have that speed so he can run the safety off, allowing Gronk to break into that void behind. Gronk could be a faster tight end. If you have a fast tight end, that's fine. You just want to make sure that the tight end's not so fast that the receiver to the outside is unable to give him separation in zone coverage. So we'll go ahead and run this again here. You're going to see here that this deep corner route gets all the way over the top of cloud flat coverage. We're able to throw a down and outside pass lead. That is an easy completion. This is good for about 30 yards, all things considered, when run to the wide side of the field. I'm going to go ahead and run this one more time here, and then I'm actually going to turn the ball over to Ant Cap so that way he can give the ball back to me with a longer field. And we're going to start to break down some alternate setups for this play here. So again, this will work against your cover 2 with cloud flats. This will work against cover 3 with cloud flats. Essentially any zone coverage that has cloud flat coverage. Now, the one thing you need to pay attention to right there is when you get close to the end zone, the back of the end zone serves as a no drop, no cover zone for deep zone. So you saw right there the safety that had been nowhere to be found on the previous 2 plays was able to kind of converge and make a play right there. That's why it's so important that you have fast receivers out there, so that way you can have more separation. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to sub in a slower player just to kind of show you how this will work for you. So Dwayne Allen's going to come into the game. He's a little bit slower than Gronk, and that speed difference should get him more open. This is kind of just a pro level tip. This is something that Ant Cap actually has always stressed about in Madden, even back to his days at Smart Madden. A speed discrepancy, a slower tight end is sometimes better for your route progression. So you see right here with Allen running a much slower corner route, you're able to fit this throw in, and that little frame or 2 difference is sometimes the difference between a guy like Gronk with amazing catch in traffic dropping the ball and a guy like Allen who is slower and less talented a receiver holding on to it in the example that you see right there. So that's something that is a small but can be a very major difference in the game. Now I'm going to go ahead and miss a field goal here, and we're now going to break down this play with some tight end motion. This route is so good that you need to focus on using it in different areas of the field. So I'm going to go ahead and call punt return here, and we're going to go ahead and go over a setup that you will use against either cover 2 or cover 3. We're going to start off with the cover 2 defense again here, and we're going to be looking at the tight end's route. So go ahead and return this. I'm going to run backwards for more field, and we'll start from our own 6. Now at this particular setup, you're going to want to align your tight end to the wide side of the field again. So we're going to come out with the tight end to the wide side, and we're actually going to motion him across the formation to the short side of the field. Now, typically speaking in this game, the mid-read zone in a cover 2 will play man-to-man match. But for some reason, this post, it will most of the time not play match coverage, and it'll allow him to just run free over the middle of the field. So you're going to see right here how this looks. Watch how Gronk breaks to the post, and then we're able to just throw this ball underneath the safety. So it's very similar. You're still attacking underneath the safety. You're just attacking with motion to the opposite side. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and continue to run this to the wide side of the field with the tight end. However, we're going to go against cover 3. Now, in the first example of cover 3, I want to show what stock cover 3 does. If your opponent is playing cover 3 with those purple curl flat zones, and they do not shade their coverage up or down, there will be match rules on this play. So what's important to remember is if you see a cover 3 shell, you see the player with the M over their head, that is going to be the hook curl that in a cover 3 defense that is opposite of the tight end. That will be the player that plays man match. So when he converts into man match, we're going to shift our focus to our backside dig to Dorsett. And Dorsett is running that dig at a depth of about 10 to 15 yards. You see that because of that man-to-man conversion, we're able to throw the dig behind and pick up big yardage. Now, in our next example, Ant Cap is going to go and shade his coverage underneath. When he shades his coverage underneath, that will drop the zone match rule, and your tight end on his post will now be wide open again. So in this example, again, we're going to see a shade. So you should see the hard flats underneath, and then that opposite side linebacker that has the M over his head, that's the player to pay attention to right here. That's going to be the player that will not play the match coverage, and instead, now Gronkowski will be able to get open behind him, and you could just go ahead and throw that ball into the void of the zone, and we're able to walk in, well, hopefully truck in closer to the end zone for a touchdown. Now, I'm going to go ahead and miss another field goal. I've got one more setup that I want to go over, and this is going to be a one-play touchdown against a shaded cover 3. This can be shaded over the top or underneath anytime that your opponent loses their match rules. This will actually work against match rule cover 3 as well, but you need to have an extremely athletic and fast tight end to make this work. So if you guys play Ultimate Team and you have a 99 speed tight end, you'll be able to get this one-play touchdown against the matching style cover 3 as well. But with the Patriots, obviously Gronkowski, not a burner, more of a physical type. We're going to show you this. First, I'll go ahead and show you that the route is there to beat man-to-man. So I'll have Ant Cap not shade on this first example, and I'm not going to complete the pass. I'm just going to show you that he'll play the match, and if you have athleticism, it will get open for the one-play touchdown. Now, with this particular setup, this is going to be a short side of the field setup. So you're going to want to have your post on the short side of the field. Notice that I ran out of bounds on the left side. We're going to start with the tight end to the short side of the field. Now, the way that this is going to work is we're going to go ahead and block our running back. We're going to place our outside receiver Patterson on a 10-yard out route, a smart out route. Our slot receiver Edelman is going to go on a streak, and then we're going to have options with Dorsett. He can go on a drag, or he can stay on the stock dig route that he's on right here. We'll go ahead and throw him on a drag for a check down purpose. But again, we're going to pay attention to the player with the M over his head. He's going to play man-to-man match, and if Gronk can beat him for the one-play touchdown, that will be there. However, you can kind of see that in this example, it doesn't work because of the match coverage, and we end up not being able to throw that ball. So I'm not a big fan of throwing that against the match coverage. We went ahead and threw their outbounds instead. However, that's not the majority of players. The majority of players are going to shade their cover 3. Most competitive players play cover 3 with hard flats underneath. So we're going to go ahead and go right back to that with the underneath shade. This is where this play really opens up. So again, right here, we're going to go ahead and run it the exact same way, streaking Edelman. We're going to motion Gronkowski back to this side of the field, and then we're going to drag Dorsett underneath. So when we drag Dorsett underneath, that's going to give us our check down option. And then Gronk against the shaded coverage should be open. You see that he gets into that void. If you throw that ball sooner, you actually are going to be able to lead it over the top of that player. But you can see that that corner on the short side of the field is going to bite down on the out route. That's why I'm a bigger fan of having a speedier guy at that spot for this one-play touchdown. A little bit more inconsistent, but you could definitely see that there's terrain to make this throw. So what we've done here is we've gone over the importance of the gun doubles Y off, Y sail, why that route is so great on the wide side or the short side of the field, and how it does a phenomenal job of flooding zone. Now, guys, when I say this is going to be a phenomenal scheme that we're going to break down here this week. We've got a number of other plays that we're going to break down, some really unconventional one-play touchdowns, and also the single best screenplay in all of Madden 19. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. We'll see you guys tomorrow with our next upload. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck. If you like this video, check out one of the videos on your screen right now. And for more in-depth analysis, visit www.playbook.gg for detailed game plans written by pro Madden players. Master the game with playbook.gg.